Hey guys, MCU Collect here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Venom Space Knight 2-pack, Target exclusive of Mania and Venom Space Knight. This is not Eddie Brock Venom, this is Flash Thompson Venom when he was a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, so he was out in space. I don't know what led him to being in outer space and joining the Guardians of the Galaxy team, but that's what this is. We have seen this Venom Space Knight figure before, as it was a Build-A-Figure years ago that had a pretty awesome wave. It had the first Silk figure, it had an Ultimate Spider-Man, two Ultimate Spider-Mans, both Peter Parker and Miles Morales. So a pretty decent wave that was pretty easy to get at one time, and then all of a sudden became very hard to get. So we will do the comparison with the previous Build-A-Figure along with this new Venom Space Knight, and then we'll check out the Mania figure, which, spoiler alert, this thing is pretty damn cool. So we'll get into the details of that. Looking at the package, we get Venom Space Knight logo there, nice Venom logo there, artwork of Space Venom and Mania right there, looking pretty cool. Looking at the back of the package, we see these two big-ass symbiote effect pieces that he has. So we'll actually check that out. These are hitting Target stores now. So I got one not a local one, but as I was out working, I was able to go into a Target, and they had it. It is not street dated, and they are running the Target Circle offer for 25% off a toy. So I was able to get it for $41.99 as opposed to the $55.99 that the 2-pack is. So that was much better. So, you know, if you're going to find it, hopefully you can find it soon. Hopefully you can take advantage of that 25% off, because that made a big difference in my opinion. But looking at it, there are the two figures. Again, really cool. Mania is like surprising me how cool that figure is. I think you guys will really like it. The Venom, we've seen it before. The new head sculpt though, this thing is awesome. The one that it came with before, no big deal, right? We've already seen it on the previous Build-A-Figure. But this thing, way better. These big-ass symbiote pieces, really nice. Mania, awesome. The Venom, if you didn't get it before, you didn't have it, it's going to be great. So I think, while there hasn't seemed to be a whole lot of interest in this 2-pack, it's a really good 2-pack. Aside from me already having the Build-A-Figure, it's a solid 2-pack for sure, and hopefully you guys like it. So let's go ahead and get in for the closer details of the figures. We're going to take a look at Mania first, because man, Mania has surprised the hell out of me. It is a really nice figure, and then we'll look at the Venom figure. Okay, so taking a close look at Mania. Her hair, whatever she's got going on there, reminds me of a Karen cut. But the figure looks really good. Head sculpt is nice. The spider logo is pretty good. You could see where they kind of connected the lines, and then here didn't work out so well there, but not terrible. Looks pretty good. This is a smaller body. So this is like the teenage body. But we get double jointed elbows. We get double jointed pinless knees. Like, this thing has everything that we want for it, you know, other than a torso that's going to give us a crazy range of motion. This thing is pretty awesome. She's got spikes everywhere. Like, it's a pain in the ass grabbing this thing, because all these spikes, they like poke into your fingers and stuff. Not that it hurts, but it's a pain in the ass when you try to move it around and like pose it and stuff. I'm just kidding. But they are actually pretty pokey. So just a heads up on there. But the purple that's on there, that metallic purple that's on these areas on the forearms, that is a really nice purple. Here on the legs, really nice purple. But yeah, this figure is just surprising the hell out of me. It's so much nicer than I thought it would be. I was honestly thinking it was going to have gummy legs and that it was going to have single jointed elbows, no bicep swivel or anything like that. I clearly didn't pay close enough attention. I also did not watch Dan Who's review, and he reviewed it months ago. But it's just now hitting Target stores. I know Canada, Toys R Us has had it for a couple of months. But, you know, here in the US, we're just now getting it. So there we go. Really nice set. Again, really nice set. Now let's move on into Venom. Okay, here's an up-close look at Venom. This head sculpt is nice. Look at those crazy-ass looking teeth. Just like scary, creepy looking. Really nice. We have this standard head sculpt there, and look how much smaller the head sculpt is. It's just not as good. This new head sculpt is really nice, because the previous one, and of course it's the same as, you know, this head sculpt that we have here with it. There's nothing different whatsoever with it. But the previous Build-A-Figure, as you could see, a couple of differences. That Guardians of the Galaxy logo, a little bit more blue this time around than before. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is the same. We get the same exact body mold. Paint is all done in the same places and everything like that. We get a shinier white paint this time around, whereas before the white was a little bit more matte, like on the back of the legs. but it's the same. There's nothing else as far as the design. Still white on the inside of the hands, everything like that. The spider logos, as you can see, they're the same. So the difference really here is this new head sculpt, which is done really nice. And then the other thing that's different is the Venom like accessory pieces. So you see this big ass Venom blade type deal that clips onto the wrist, as you can see there. So for a Venom, weapon accessory, piece. This is really nice. It's a really nice thing that they did. And then we have this other big ass one that's even bigger. So big, in fact, that they had to hollow it out so it's not going to be too heavy. So you're only going to be able to get this one from certain angles, so like from here. But once you do that, or well, I guess there from that side you won't really see it either, but once you go up with it, you'll see completely hollow, because otherwise this sumbitch would be heavy, and it's already got some decent weight to it, and because of the clip portion here, and it's pretty thick right there. But cool accessory pieces that I am really happy to have. The previous Build-A-Figure, we didn't get anything extra to come with the Build-A-Figure, so it's cool that we get a secondary head sculpt now, and then the two symbiote weapon pieces. So now let's go ahead and check out both of their articulations. Okay, so we're going to go over Venom's articulation first, since I already had him here in front of me. Head sculpt is kind of big. He's not really going to be able to look up, but he is going to be able to look down all the way, which is good. Just, you can't get the hinge up because that hinge is kind of pushed forward as opposed to straight up on the shoulders. Full rotation in there on the head, some pivot, and not really a whole lot. The arm you can get to go straight on out. Full rotation in there. You do get the upper bicep swivel in there. Single jointed elbow, so it gives us just about 90 degree there at the elbow. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge, standard horizontal hinge on these clawed hands. There are pins on this because, again, this Build-A-Figure is from years ago, so single pin there at the elbow, and then pins at the knees. Not a big deal to me because it's all black on black. Ab crunch on this guy isn't really effective, unfortunately. I can move it forward, but he won't stay. But he does come a little bit. I don't know if that's just going to be on mine. And then back, he doesn't want to go back at all. And I'm trying to think. I have to get my Build-A-Figure. So on my Build-A-Figure, I was able to crunch him forward, and he was able to stay. But he didn't go back really on the old Build-A-Figure either. So kind of the same issues going on here. But something's preventing this guy from kind of staying forward, and I'm not sure what it is. We got the waist swivel in there. Legs go out that far apart. Venom can kick forward that much. The leg doesn't really go back. You got an upper thigh cut in there, of course, because that's where that leg connected. Double jointed knee, that much bend there. No calf swivel at all. Foot hinges down quite a bit. Hey, careful with that hinge. Foot hinges up a little bit. Ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So that is Venom's articulation. Now we will move on into Mania. And I'm going to have to readjust because I had to zoom out so far for Venom, and then Mania is teeny tiny over here. Okay, so articulation for Mania. Her head is on a disc hinge, so she can look up that much. She can look down that much, which is great. There's not really a whole lot of pivot. I'm kind of forcing it a little bit. Full rotation in that head sculpt. The shoulder can go out and up. Quite a bit. You get a full rotation in there. Bicep swivel, and I'm getting poked like crazy grabbing the forearm here. But bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbow. Look at that, the beauty of it. There, wrist swivel, and they do hinge. She's got like these open, like claw type hands. They both have the standard horizontal hinge on there. So back to the disappointment of every single female figure, not every single one. I guess the Ultimate Black Widow, the ultimate ultra articulated Black Widow is a little bit better. But diaphragm joint, so tilt to the left that much, not a whole lot. Tilt to the right is going to be that much there, not a whole lot. Going back, not a whole lot. Coming forward, not a whole lot. So it's just an ineffective diaphragm cut. The only thing it's good for is the swivel, really, because it just doesn't do a whole lot else. Legs go out that far apart. She can't kick forward that far. The leg doesn't really go back. You got upper thigh cut in. I got to keep grabbing it and keep poking myself. Upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knee. That much bend there. Beautiful knee bend. No calf swivel or anything. Foot hinges down. A little bit of hinge up. Ankle pivot. Peg holes at the bottom of the feet. There, she's got these crazy ass boots going on here too. So really good articulation the legs and arms, really good articulation. The diaphragm cut, as we expect with all female figures, ineffective and does not work very well. Okay, so side-by-side comparison, so you can see full-on the two Venom figures side-by-side. Same exact figures. If you have the previous Build-A-Figure, maybe you don't need this Venom, but I'm telling you, this new head sculpt is really, really, really good. Like, really, really good. And then looking at the back of the figure, again, it is all the same. The whites come out looking a little bit different. I don't know if it's the type of paint that they use between the two, but like this white, the black comes through a little bit on it, whereas it was not an issue on the previous one. The white paint, like on the back of the legs, definitely looks a little bit more shiny, definitely more matte on the previous one. But again, guys, they are the same exact figure. But the Mania, for me, is kind of the highlight, along with the head sculpt there. So solid. Much better than I personally thought it was going to be, because I didn't think it was going to be great all that much, to be honest with you. But yeah, really nice. We got this floating like spiky belt piece, these wrist cuff pieces, just really good articulation. I don't know how many people needed a Mania figure or anything like that, but we now have one, so that's another figure to add to the symbiote shelf. You guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this Venom and Mania 2-pack? Is it one that you're looking to pick up? Again, if you can get that 25% off Target Circle deal to get the 25% off one toy, this one being $55.99, brings it down to $41.99. That's definitely the way to go. $42 for this 2-pack. I'm very happy with that price. You know, if you can do it, I say take advantage of that deal, you know, while you can. But let me know what you guys think of the 2-pack in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that join button, become a channel member, and be a part of the MCU Collective if you're interested in helping support the channel. And as always, thank you for watching.